On today's Domain Sherpa review, we discuss a user-submitted portfolio that includes InTheKnow.com, ElderHomeCare.com, a big and growing industry, and eFreelance.com. We also discuss names going to auction soon, including OneClickHosting.com, LiveHorseBetting.com, and ProntoLoan.com. We answer an audience question about the value proposition of domain names and how to deal with end users who might need to know that value proposition. A Sherpa ascends the mountain. Maybe it's an upset victory. Maybe it's a hat trick. You have to watch and find out. Stay tuned. I have 3 sponsor messages before we get into today's show. First, if you have a great domain name and nothing to show when people visit, you're missing out on potential advertising revenue, leads, and partnership opportunities. NicheWebsites.com can build you a site quickly with a price option to suit any need. But as their tagline says, they don't just build websites, they build businesses. NicheWebsites.com. Second, if you're buying or selling a domain name or portfolio and you want an estimate of its value, Estabot.com is the place to go. Just like you'd visit Zillow.com to get an estimate of a house value, Estabot.com provides key information about the most important statistics so you can make an informed decision based on data. Finally, whether you're buying, selling, brokering, or financing a domain name, you need an escrow company that's properly licensed, bonded, insured, and audited. That company is escrow.com, and they've been doing it since 1999. Escrow.com. It's about trust. Hey everyone, I'm Michael Cyger, publisher of DomainSherpa.com, and this is the Domain Sherpa Review. This is the show where we get into the minds of successful domain name investors using real examples so we can learn strategies and tactics. We have 3 sections on the review: an investor-submitted domain name portfolio to discuss and value, a marketplace list from Namejet.com, and then we're going to wrap it up with our Name That Price game. If there's time, we're going to answer 1 or 2 user questions as well. Joining us today on the Domain Sherpa Review are 3 past Sherpas and thought leaders in the industry. In order from left to right, we have Adam Dicker, CEO of DNForum.com and NicheWebsites.com, the company that will help you build, rank, and update your business website. Andrew Rosener, CEO of the domain name brokerage firm MediaOptions.com, and Paige Howe, founder of the JoeDomains.com marketplace and the service DomainTipSheet.com, where you can find great hand-selected domain names at reg-free pricing. Sherpas, welcome to today's show.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
We are also joined by one additional person to my left, or right. I'd like to welcome domain investor Paul Foldis. Thanks for joining us, Paul.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You know, and Paul, I went back and I like to go through my email and find out the first time I ever chatted with a person, because most of the time nowadays for us it's via email. You first emailed back in February 2011. You've been a long-time Sherpa audience member, and we appreciate it, Paul.
I've been following it, and I've been appreciating the show. Thank you.
I think when he started watching, he was like 19. And now he's aged horribly because he's been watching. We've been aggravating him.
I think I've got more gray hair too.
And I used
Drew
to have
doesn't
hair,
even
too.
have any hair left. It's all
Yeah,
coming
mine's
down.
just gone.
It's all coming down.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to jump right into the first section of the show.
Hope it stops here.
In the domain portfolio review, we take user-submitted domain name portfolios and provide honest and constructive feedback to the owners. If you're watching the show on YouTube, click the link in the description below to look at the list of domain names that we're discussing on today's show. Today's portfolio was submitted by Paul Foldis. As part of Paul's submission, he made a generous donation to the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center to help us all find a cure for cancer. Paul's list of 25 domain names starts with addictionhelptoday.com and it ends with sleepheaven.com. Paige Howe, let's start with you. What do you like on Paul's list? And of those domains that you like, what would you set as the retail price on those domains?
Well, I'll walk you through my experience with Paul's list. Kind of been down on some of the portfolios. And so this week we tried to, pick out a good one, and I'm going through it, and I'm like, addiction help today. Oh my gosh. 3 words. Alzheimer's diagnostics, not for me. Alzheimer's respite. Well, if I had someone suffering from it, I would like a respite, but I don't know if I like the domain name. A lot. Boom! eFreelance.com. Awesome name. ElderDaycare.com. Fantastic name. ElderHomeCare.com. Fantastic name. So just when I was going to go with drop, I found these three great ones right middle. So I really liked eFreelance. It being the second derivative of freelance.com. Add the E in front of it. It's not hard to explain what you're doing on the site. And so I really like that name. Elder Daycare is a huge growing business from our work with seniors and seniors websites. We just know how big of a thing that is now as you have tweeners, families taking care of parents, taking care of kids. As much as they need kids daycare, they need elder daycare, and then elder home care. I don't really hear that term as much as home health or home health care, but again, a great industry. So those three really stuck out, kind of right in the middle of some ones I was really going to say drop, and I'm really not sure why you got those, or do they make money with traffic? Then I found these three real winners.
All right, and what if you own those in your portfolio? Would you set pricing on them, or would you make an offer?
I would probably price Elder Home Care at like $7,500, and I would put minimum bids of $10,000 for eFreelance and Elder Daycare, and try to get quite a bit above that. So I really liked them.
Yeah, great. All right, Drew, let's go to you. What do you like on Paul's list and why?
Yeah, okay, so, eFreelance.com, I agree with Paige, great name. Elderly Daycare, awesome name. Elderly Home Care, awesome name. Healthinfo.org, I really like. I mean, health data going forward is, again, one of the big things is going to be disrupted by the internet and new technologies and millions of startups coming in that space. And so, health info, generally for commercial purposes.org is in first choice.
Hey,
but,
Drew, hold on 1 second. We're getting a little bit of reverb. Paul?
Yes.
Can you mouse over your window and click the mute microphone icon, please?
Okay, I don't see. Let me see. Where is that?
Sounds like a Moody Blues concert.
Should be right at the top.
Breathe deep. The gathering wind.
All right, Drew, you're back on.
So coming back to health info, I think the .org, because we're talking about health and we're talking about info.
Yep.
I think the .org can work there. So I like healthinfo.org a lot, and I think that's a sleeper. And then my favorite name on the entire list is intheknow.com. I just think that's an awesome, awesome brand. Intheknow.com, like you mentioned all the time, Mike Berkens, goes after those sort of front of mind phrases. This is as good as it gets. It's intheknow.com. That's a name. I probably wouldn't let it go under 25 grand, and you might get lucky and get that pop up to 50 or something. I mean, it's intheknow.com is just it's a solid brand.
Yeah, and it kills me, but Berkens always posts those first just sold notices on Facebook. This kind of name's always 10 to 25K if you just wait long enough, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I wouldn't let that go at 10 grand. I mean, intheknow.com is a really good one. I mean, there's good phrases, and then there's really good phrases. And in the know, I mean, it's just cheeky and it's great. It's
so
a
what
great
would you
one.
ask on in the know if you wouldn't let it go for less than 25K?
Well, I think I'd be asking, probably like 49 grand, and then I'd probably take anything over 25.
Okay. And then what about healthinfo.org? You said that was the sleeper. What do you think the retail value is of that?
It's a tough one. I mean, healthinfo.org, I mean, honestly, I could see that going for like 15 grand. I mean, I'm not going to say, look, everybody's in a different position. I think, I might price it at 15 grand, but I also might never sell it, right? So it's a gamble. I think, for sure if you take healthinfo.org and you price it at $3,500, I think it's a really high chance that over the next 36 months that name sells with a buy it now click. I think at $5 grand, there's still a good chance. I think it's 7,500 grand. There's less of a chance, but maybe some. And above that, I think you're looking for a lottery ticket. I like lottery tickets. So I think it all depends on who you are, what position you're in, and how much of an appetite for risk you have.
Even though it's a .org, and most people would assume that it's a not-for-profit type organization running health info, you still think that those values are valid?
Yeah, I mean, they're not the price, the values aren't as valid as they used to be. But I just this week I sold a .org for almost literally just shy of $500,000. So yeah, I mean, it still happens.
All right. Any other names that you wanted to mention, Drew? Positive or negative?
And then the last one I really like is, I'm not gonna say really like, but I like it, is Senior Travel Insurance. I don't know if senior and travel insurance necessarily belong together, but senior travel is kind of a whole separate category of travel, and so senior travel insurance, I think there's an argument to be made for it, and travel insurance is a solid product. I mean, it's a great market. So yeah, I think that's a decent name. I mean, overall, and then in between, honestly, there's a bunch of other names in here that I like. I mean, like sleepheaven.com. I mean, it's not a $25,000 name, but it's $34.99. Buy it now, and some retail shop opens up selling foam mattresses, and they want to be called Sleep Heaven.
Yeah.
It's nice little brandable that'll sell for a couple grand. I'll let Adam take it from there. But yeah, I think there's a bunch of other good little brandables in here too.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Drew. Adam, let's go over to you. What do you think of Paul's list?
What's this? I'll let Adam take it from there. Pretty much there's nothing left. Thank you. So, all right. So I'll tell you what I think. I'm in line more with Drew than with Paige on this one. My top three, I like elder home care. To me, it's better than daycare because seniors don't want to think they're at a daycare. They want to know it's in-home care, and that's the more popular keyword. It's also got a lot of competition. I love that one as a build-out. It's about a 20 to 25K name now, but 50 plus if it's developed. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, I am in total agreement with Drew. Best name on the list is In the Know because it's a positive sentence. Mm-hmm. So slogan could be, "Are you in the know?" And then you could have in the know about everything. It's almost like a Consumer Reports review site for anything from software to hardware to appliances. Could be anything. Facts, could be history, anything. Are you in the know about domains? And everyone wants to be in the know, and if they're in the know and their website shows that they're in the know, then they get a little logo to put on the site that says they're in the know, and it tracks back to intheknow.com. I did this before with another site called Artsy Awards in the early 2000s, and everybody wanted their site approved by Artsy Awards.
Oh, those award sites were big back then, right?
Yeah, I did a lot on that. So my favorite is In the Know because everyone wants to be in the know. Now, it's a perfect example of a site with huge potential. I had it marked down at 15K now with the possibility of 75K if it's strong development. It's a great name, and it's really positive, and it's a saying that everyone loves.
Yeah.
So I like that one.
Cool.
eFreelance is okay. Elder daycare is okay, but I'm really big on elder home care, In the Know. Kind of agree on seniors travel, but I'd keep an eye on it because it's $625 a click with $1,900 of praise and 47,000 search results. The $625 gets me, but I really like In the Know, and I did like Green Baby Registry. Now, maybe it's because I do so much with USA Cord Bank, and it's a green thing, and people are starting to put cord blood storage on their baby registries, so it's a really cool thing. I like Green Baby Registry because I think it's got potential. Yep. Green is a big buzzword now, as much as 3D is for printing and stuff. So I like it. I think that's a good name too. I put that at 5K, possible at 20K if it goes. And I do like elder daycare, so definitely keep that. But elder home care is a real winner on that list.
Yeah. And what do you think a fair retail asking price right now is for elder home care?
Elder home care right now, 20 to 25.
Okay.
I mean, it's a business. I have what do I have? Housekeepers.com. And I've got like home care nurse and home care nurses. Those are really good traffic domain names, and people are looking for that. Another big keyword, and I'll give this to the users, that's really hot right now, travel nurses. Really huge industry. Huge for all the seniors and the baby boomers that are getting there. So keep an eye on that. Elder Home Care, it's worth a lot right now, and I wouldn't sell it for anything under 50. And same with In the Know. I would push hard for 25 plus on that one, but it's a really good name.
All right, so I'm going to go back left to right. I want one name from the list that you guys would drop, okay? One name that you don't think has value and why. I'm going to start with Adam. Adam, what's one name on here that you didn't think was, up there with the rest of them?
I could make a joke or I could go straight. This is a tough one. I'm going to go with the joke. I'm going to stick with the Alzheimer's Diagnostics because I'm not sure they'd remember the test results.
All right, but seriously, you don't like the name either?
No, the name's good. Seriously, if I had to drop one,
yeah.
See, I would have to go with, it's tough because you guys have privatized hospitals down there. Let's go with MPG King.
MPG King, brandable clearly, but you're saying if I had to pick one, it's probably going to be that one because I'm going to hold on to it too long? What do you think?
Well, no, I just don't think it's a business that I would be interested in building right now, and either I'm going to hold on to it to me means I'm not going to renew it, but I'm also going to try to sell it between now and when it expires.
All right, fair enough. Drew, what's one domain name that you would drop?
Yeah, MPG King is about as brandable as dog shit on my lawn is contemporary art.
Frame it.
I saw that was going to be one, but I guess if I have to pick another one, it's localtodo.com.
Local to do. Because why?
Yeah. Local to do. I don't know. To do local maybe if you stretch it, but either one is a drop. I mean.
Okay.
Your $8 can be better spent on something else.
All right. And Paige Howe, one name you would drop from the list?
Well, they took my two, so I'll go with
your top two are local2do.com, and then
my top two to get rid of. Yeah, so I figured one of those would be available, and then they took them both. Because as much as the King is a nice extension for a brandable, who wants to be the miles per gallon King? And what is that what commerce is behind that stuff? So I'll go Learn on Go, learnongo.com. Learn on Go.
Hold on. MPG is
do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Do not renew your domain.
Hold on. MPG could be MPEG, not miles per gallon.
But I will congratulate Paul because I think he outbid me for senior travel insurance, or else I forgot to bid on it. Did you get that one recently?
You're muted still, Paul. Go ahead and unmute now.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to mouse over your window again and click the unmute.
I got it.
You did get it,
I've had it a while, Paige.
Okay, I'm going to send something like that. All right.
Hey, Paul, do you have any questions for the Sherpas?
I guess my only question is, if you were to try to pitch these to end users, what type of end users would you pitch to on these various domains, Elder Home Care, In the Know? I've owned all of those since '97, by the way.
Okay. All right, go ahead and mute again, Paul. Drew, let's start with you. If you were to try and pitch Elder Home Care or In the Know, would you pitch them or would you just wait for offers? Clearly Paul's had them since '97. That's a long time.
Yeah, I mean, the elder care market is kind of just now exploding. Where it has been for a couple of years now, but I think, I think in '97 you were ahead of the curve. So, I don't know. Honestly, here's the deal. In the Know is not a name you're going to go out and proactively pitch. That's a name you're going to hang on to until somebody comes knocking on your door and wants to ante up. The elderly home care, you certainly could go out and pitch it. And I think if you just Google elderly home care and you pick the first, 50 companies that are shown there, particularly the advertisers, those are the people you're going to pitch it to.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, you're always going to get a lower price on an outbound sale than you are on an inbound inquiry. It's kind of a name, like it's not going to be $100,000 sale. So I think it's going to be a tough one to get a good broker. You can get a wanker broker to go market it, but I think it's going to be hard to get a good broker to take that name and spend their time and resources, marketing it and selling it to an end user. It's just probably the commission isn't going to be big enough to justify the time and energy needed. But if you're going to go out and do it yourself, I think go to Google, type in the keywords, make note of who the advertisers are, make note of the top 20, 30, 50 if you like companies that show up for that keyword. Check the who is, check LinkedIn, reach out to the owners, reach out to the marketing people, and you'll get a hit. It's all going to come down to the price, but somebody will want it. It's just going to be about what they want to pay for it.
Yeah. Paige, any other tactics that you can suggest to Paul?
Well, I think in the elder care space, you've got some intermediaries like the Home for Mom or Search for Mom that made a business out of connecting them as opposed to actually providing the services. So I think if you explored with them getting something on the site to see if it really does convert well, if it really does resonate well, you'll start a relationship that may take some time before they say, yeah, we'd like to buy it. Mm-hmm. But you might as well get on their radar screen now saying, I'd like to put some type of lead gen page on there. And so it may be something where you have to have 2 or 3 or 4 steps before you just go, hey, will you buy this name from me? Because there are some intermediaries in that area. So.
Yeah, good point. Adam, any final thoughts for Paul on marketing these domain names for sale?
So, Paul, is this your whole portfolio or just your top 25?
You're muted, Paul, so you need to mouse over the...
No, this is my top 25, Adam.
Okay, so...
Or at least, let's put it this way, what I 25, reasonable men can differ.
I'm sure of that. So, are you thinking of selling because the cash would be helpful now?
Hey, Paul, I'm sorry, Adam. We are getting reverb back. Can you just mute it again while you're not... Thank you, Paul. All right, Adam, sorry about that.
Paul, are you thinking of selling these because the cash would be helpful now or because you just think it's time to sell? Is there urgency?
There is no urgency since I've owned In the Know since '94 and I have the Twitter for it and all the other versions. Same with Elder Home Care, Elder Daycare. No, I was just thinking about what the values were since Elder Home Care is a $97 billion business.
Okay. Then you can mute again. I'll tell you what I think. Okay, so with that and knowing what your reasoning is, I would tend to take In the Know and Elder Home Care, and I'd build those two into businesses so that they could bring you residual income every month and build them up, and then eventually you get top dollar for them because somebody would come to you. I wouldn't try to sell these now because you're going to leave a lot of money on the table if you're trying to sell. However, if you needed the cash, then I would say you need to be more aggressive with sales. Right now, I would look at developing probably Elder Home Care because it's immediate money because it's a direct industry, and then later on maybe In the Know. But I wouldn't sell those two for sure.
All right, last question for the Sherpas. Do we have any hard offers for any of these domain names that you'd like to make to Paul on the spot? Take it or leave it. How much do you like intheknow.com that you want to make an offer for?
I'd take In the Know for $1,500.
$1,500 cash on the spot, Paul. Are any of the Sherpas going to up $1,500? Do you want intheknow.com plus the Twitter handles, whatever Paul has, for more than $1,500?
I'll go $2,000.
Oh, $2,000. Quick break from 3 sponsors of today's show. First, are you tired of being upsold and cross-sold when you buy or renew a domain? Then try the newest registrar being built from the ground up with a beautiful interface, competitive pricing, and 24/7 support. Uniregistry.com will surprise and delight you. The right domain can change your life. Uniregistry.com. Second, investing in Chinese domains is crazy hard without expert native language advice. Now, as a service to the Western domainer community, TLD Registry offers ChineseLandRush.com. Using ChineseLandRush.com will help you invest in Chinese domains with confidence and without knowing a word of Chinese. Finally, MediaOptions is a boutique domain brokerage firm that gets results. They've specialized in helping companies acquire and sell high-value domain names since 2005, with a client list ranging from funded startups to Fortune 500 corporations. Visit MediaOptions.com to learn more. Do you want intheknow.com plus the Twitter handles, whatever Paul has, for more than $1,500?
I'll go $2,000.
Oh, $2,000. Drew?
Ooh.
I do not get a commission off any of this. This is a
Remember,
transaction.
Esteban
I'm just
put-
bringing
Esteban put-
buyer and seller together. We got 2,000.
$320
Adam.
bucks. Esteban puts it at $320, so there you go.
I know, but we all know that Esteban's not on the money on everything. It's a phrase. So Drew, you said how much?
1,500.
I said 1,500.
Yeah, and Adam said 2,000. You want to go higher?
No, I'll also do 2,000 on elder home care.
All right. Paige, you want in on this action? You want to put an offer in?
So, what's included in the deal?
Hey, Paul, can you
I'll
unmute
let
and
these
describe
guys point it out.
what's included in the intheknow.com domain?
Many things, including in the know ninja.net, .me, the Twitter handle, LinkedIn handle. Respectfully, think that those offers are not acceptable.
Not high enough. All right.
I respectfully agree.
Understood.
Totally.
I'd never take one of my offers either.
Right. It is nice to get hard cash offers every once in a while, especially Paul, and I'm sure you've got offers in the past, but yeah, you've owned it for many, many years. Very valuable domain name portfolio. Thank you for submitting it and allowing us to take a look at it. Thank you also, Paul, for making a donation to the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center so we can all find a cure for cancer. We hope that this has been helpful for you in your investing activities.
Thank you, gentlemen. It's been very helpful, and look forward to hearing more of your wisdom. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks a lot.
We're going to move on to the marketplace list. This section is sponsored by NameJet. We'll be reviewing 15 domain names heading to auction soon. I do not believe that any of the domain names are owned by any three of you. Is that correct?
Drew, is that correct?
Drew? None. All right, we got a clean
No, we
slate.
don't own anything.
So,
I gotta check one. Hold on.
oh, you're going to check one? All right, while you're checking, the way NameJet works, if you like one of the names, click through soon, because once they go to auction, you lose your chance to put in a minimum bid. The links below go directly to NameJet. They are not affiliate links. I am just showing NameJet that we're sending them some traffic.
No, I do not own any.
All right, the list that we're reviewing today starts with climbingnews.com and ends with worse.com. And we are starting with Adam this round.
Okay, see, I didn't know the list, but I'm prepared, and I'm not worried about the order. All right, so are you paying attention? All right, so let's take a look. I like live horse betting is okay. One-click hosting, I love that because people are very silly when it comes to hosting. They don't know how to set it up, so if you can do it one click, great.
Yeah.
Pronto Loan, brandable, like it, quick. They want quick loans. Teenpreneur, interesting, like it. It's got absolutely no appraisal value, no search value, no search advertisers, and nothing on the per click, but it's still a good brandable name. Unicuts, I think that's a trademark for a haircut place, so we'll have to watch that one. Which is interesting because right under it is U.S. patent lawyers. I like that one. I think that's probably the best on the list for me. I think you could go after some patent business, and I think you'd make a lot of money with it. It's poorly appraised at $560. It's probably the best on the list, and worse is not the worst, but it's also not the best. So I'm not keen on worse at $48K on the appraisal. I like the patent lawyers, and I like one-click hosting because I think that's really big.
All right, so let's talk about pricing on these for one-click and for U.S. patent lawyers. Let's start with, if you owned them, what would you put the price at for both of those?
Minimum $5K.
5K? It's about
Yeah,
a 5K.
I wouldn't sell them for less. I don't sell much for less than that, so I wouldn't
If
sell
I
them for
brought
less.
you a cash offer today for $2,500 for one-click, would you sell it?
Maybe. Maybe,
One-click
yeah. I mean, it
hosting.
depends.
Yeah. All right.
Because
So then
but
what do you...
because I know what I can get for $25K. I just bought a 2-letter domain for $2,500 yesterday, so for that I would, yeah.
You bought a 2-letter
Yeah, we'll talk about that later off air. No,
.ca.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
And it's BO in case you're worried, not body odor, just BO.
All right. So then wholesale value, you and I buying on NameJet, what do you think oneclickhosting.com and uspatentlawyers.com will sell for?
Well, I think one-click hosting will probably sell for about $1,000 to maybe $800 to $1,200. Live horse betting should go a little higher because it's an industry and it's online and people would love to do it. So that should sell for around $2K.
Yeah. What about U.S. patent lawyers?
You know, I don't know if there's going to be many patent lawyers out there. Many people. Well, now it's going to get exposure, so thanks for that. But that one could sell for $2,500 plus. I mean, listen, it's a good name and it's a business in itself.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Paige, let's go over to you. What do you like on NameJet's list and why?
Didn't like anything huge. I mean, I like the one-click hosting and the ones that Adam mentioned. I'll talk about a couple other ones. TheTruck.com. So we have this idea of the. It's not truck.com, it's thetruck.com. So it's kind of cool when you get your email address because it's page@thetruck.com. You really never get nicknamed like the Truck. I really can't think of a football player, that was nicknamed the Truck.
So
that
be your nickname. You're officially the Truck.
There you go.
Paige now is the Truck.
There you go. So,
I just made that official.
But at the same point, it is short. It is easy to remember. No one's going to say, "What'd you say?" Maybe you could have a subdomain like "What the Truck" or something like that. Anyway, so that was kind of interesting.
I like the truck.com more and more now.
Yeah, so I put it wholesale 1,500. If I owned it, I'd probably sell it, try to get above 10,000 for it.
Yeah.
SureLead.com is tough because anyone in the lead generation business doesn't want to spend any money on a domain name, but it's kind of cool, but still like buy it in the hundreds, sell it in the thousands. Reheated. So here we go. It's a one-word EnglishLevel.com. Oh my gosh, it's rare, it's scarce. So you got you got the heated. Maybe it's like rekindle your relationship site. I mean, you really have to reach for it, but it is one word. It'll definitely sell. I assume it'll go for under 1,000. And then you're just hoping someone decides that they really need it, and then you can ask, between 5 and 10 for it, just because you can say, hey, it's a one word. Mingly, I kind of liked. Kind of cute in the space. So it was kind of cute. Again, try to buy it in the hundreds, sell it in the thousands. And then I, without covering all of them, to leave a little chicken on the bone for Drew, I'll cover erush.com. I guess you'd have to go like fraternity, online fraternity. Maybe you're rushing the fraternity online. But again, you're really having to reach and stretch. So I didn't think it had really a wow value where you could walk into a domain conference, put it down at the table and say, hey, it was a poker game, $500 ante, and you couldn't put erush.com down to get your ante in. So
it's not like the Truck walking into that poker game.
Exactly.
Taking a seat at the table. Hey, Drew, let's go over to you. What do you like on the NameJet list and why?
Yeah, so we've kind of covered it all, but
what are your top three?
Huh?
What are your top three? What are you going to put bids in on?
My top three are probably I like teenpreneur.com, even though again, it's just a brandable, but for whatever reason, Teenpreneur, it's a solid name, just cool, very cool, solid name.
What do you think
I
about
like the Truck more and more?
I wanted to leave the 4V for you because you do so many of the short names.
Yeah, Drew, let's talk about the 4Vs.
So coincidentally, 3 days ago, I bought for MediaOptions VVV.com with 3 Vs. So I was actually very surprised, pleasantly surprised, to see VVVV.com on the list here because I'm going to be buying that. So any of you that like it will be bidding against me.
Why do you care to have 4 Vs when you've got 3 Vs and it's, orders of magnitude better? What do you care?
You can never have enough Vs, Michael. Just think that through.
All right, so you like VVVV. And what's one more that you like? I thought you were going to say worst.com.
I like worst.com. I mean, I don't know what
And I don't
you
get
just
it.
sold problem.com.
We talked about prom.com, which was yours from last week, right?
Huh?
We talked about prom.com. It did sell on NameJet.
I don't think we talked about it on the show, to be honest. I don't think we talked about it.
Okay.
But prom.com did sell for $35,000. And worst.com is kind of in that same category of like slightly negative. I don't know. Problem, I think, has more commercial application, like problem solving, Worse, I'm not really sure what you do with it commercially, but at the same time, it's a short, easy to spell brand. I'm sure there's somebody out there that could do something with it, and it definitely has value. So, you know, it's probably, I bet it sells on NameJet for $5 to $10 grand. So, who knows?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So I think the list is a little bit light this week. You know, they're all good brandables. I don't see anything on here that's awful. You know, they're all decent brandables, but it's just there's nothing that stands out as like, wow, that's an amazing name.
Let me ask you a couple questions. Paige mentioned Mingly. It sounded familiar to me. I went to trademark247.com. I could not find a trademark for it. Then I went to Crunchbase and I found Ming.ly had raised $1 million according to Crunchbase. There's no trademark. You know, the domain the last time I checked 2 evenings ago was at $115 in bids. Is this the kind of domain you want to stay away from? The kind of domain that is fair game because there's no trademarks? What do you guys think?
Yeah, Ming.ly is not Mingly. I mean, if they file a trademark for Mingly, and then they say that their internet address is Ming.ly, that's fine. But they need to name their company Mingly, in my opinion, and then say our internet address is here. But if they're going to say that just because they're using it, they're not. They're Ming.ly, and so but it would definitely affect me. I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah. It would probably keep me from bidding on it just because there's so much other stuff out there that I just go, not worth it now. You know.
Yeah. All right, good points. You're not a lawyer. We're not providing legal advice. That's your opinion. All right, one more thing. Gear bag. You know, last time we talked about book bag. You guys loved it, right? Could be I think Drew liked it the most. Could be a big brand like an Amazon.com, AmazonWag.com brand for one of their school supplies or something. Now, gear bag, do you like it as much or not as much? What do you guys think? And you laugh, Paige, so let's start with you. Because
different universe.
Different universe.
Yeah, because it's not, I mean, it is a gear bag, but you have to tell people it's a gear bag, whereas a book bag, people say, go get your book bag, and you know what they're talking about. So.
Yeah. Apples and oranges.
I want to back up on the truck for a second.
TheTruck.com.
You want to back up the truck, back up on the truck? Okay.
All right, Drew, Adam, any...
I'm so sending you a t-shirt. I'm going to send you a t-shirt that says...
The truck. All right.
Wait, what was you saying before? What was it? It was what the truck. I'm totally sending you a
what the truck.
What the truck.
What.thetruck.com. All right. Any, let's see here. Those are all the points I have. Any final thoughts on these domains, guys?
Nope.
Well, Paige was going to back up the truck on the truck.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of companies named Unicuts I found. I did not see any trademarks either.
Yeah, I don't think anyone should bid on that, on Set Ruck. Set Ruck, I don't know what that means. Set Ruck, I don't know what that means.
There is a trademark in Canada on Unicuts.
Oh, you know, that's a good point. I only check U.S. I'm so U.S.-centric. All
Who
right.
cares about Canada?
Excuse me, where are you living?
There's a Panamanian trademark for VVVV.com. Don't register it.
I'm going to go 10,000 on that one now.
Yeah,
and file a URP. It's just a typo.
If Drew doesn't buy VVV and someone buys it and tries to put it on Flippa as a 2-letter www.com, you know, watch out because, you know, sometimes they can move those fonts really close together. So.
Yeah, would that be so bad if it's WW?
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. We're entering the lightning round. We're going to play Name That Price. Adam has won 2 in a row. Then Drew kicked him off the mountain. Then Adam won 2 in a row again. It's a pretty good run, Adam.
Yeah.
All right, for anybody that hasn't watched the show, here's how it works. I name 3 domain names that sold with...
Drop off the top of the mountain, buddy.
Smack talk is starting. All right, here we go.
You need to talk smack when you're not winning anything.
Hey, he won 3 weeks ago.
Paige might as well just leave the chair. He hasn't won in months. Since 2010.
All right. I named 3 domain names that sold in the past 12 months. And they are operating websites. So oh, he's got a trademark. Common law right there. So we are looking for retail sales prices. Closest answer wins. All right. Adam, Drew, Paige. First up, it is a 4-letter pronounceable domain name. The domain name is Clio.com. Clio, C-L-I-O. Clio, C-L-I-O.com. What did it sell for? All right. They are writing down their answers so that we can all see them at the same time, so that Paige doesn't look at Drew's, Adam doesn't look at Paige's. There's nobody getting influenced, and they cannot look up any search volume or anything on the web, of course. All right, hold them up, gentlemen. Paige, you've got 25,000. Drew, you wrote down 34,000. 38,000.
Which I changed to 38.
Changes. And Adam is going with 6,500. Is that right, Adam? That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay. The correct answer is, it's a close one, 17,200 on NameJet. Paige Howe gets the W. All right. It was an upgrade
truck, baby.
Well, okay.
Back up the truck.
Back up. The truck takes the first one. I think all you needed was a moniker, Paige. So it was an upgrade by Go Clio.
I need to say something.
Hold on 1 second. It was an upgrade by Go Clio, an online service that makes law practice management easy, yada, yada, online. What do you want to say, Drew?
I'm not sure about this. I'd have to go back into my things, but I thought I bought that on NameJet, and then we flipped it to somebody else, and then they sold it, and I think that's when the company that you see on there now bought it, and I'm pretty sure they bought it for like 34, 36, 38, something like that.
I'm pretty sure they bought it for the exact price that I estimated it sold for, is what you're saying.
This is called insider trading.
Exactly.
I
was privy to it.
I know. I did search for additional information. I couldn't find any other sales since that sale. So, it may have been the case.
Yeah, but they're not the ones that bought it. It was either me or it was one of 3 people that bought that on NameJet.
Yeah. Because
at one point I held it, and I remember I did a trade for it, and I don't remember if I traded it or if I got it on a trade. I either got it on NameJet or I got it on a trade. I held it for a very short period of time, and I remember shortly after that somebody flipped it to this company for whatever it was. I thought it was 36, 38, 34, something like that.
All right. Referees ruling on the field stands. Paige Howe gets the W. Next up, the domain is pharmacon.com, as in pharmaceutical, shortened down to pharma, P-H-A-R-M-A, plus the word con, C-O-N, .com. Pharmacon.com. What did it sell for? Write down your answers. Pharmacon.com.
And this was the English language.
Validate the last one.
This was not the IDN. This is the English language.
IDN? Is there an IDN for com? I don't know. Yeah. All right.
I don't know, but I'd like to invalidate the last round because that wasn't an end user sale. The NameJet sale was not.
Man, what's the truck?
Aren't you just happy if Adam doesn't get a W? Does it matter that you win?
I agree with Drew. 2-1. He's out.
I just want to play by the rules. That's all it is.
Cancel it, Mike. Cancel it. It's unfair.
Referee ruling stands. Take it up with the commissioner.
Mike Cyger, I want to ask you guys to evaluate a public sale over the past year of this domain name, not a private pocket listing that only a couple people know about it. So
let's get to the next.
No. The key here.
I may never lose again. I may never lose again.
What the hell is this domain we're doing now anyway?
It hasn't been validated. All right, hold up your answers.
I think we're out of time, and I'm the winner.
Pharmacon.com. Hold it up, Paige. You could be the winner of the whole show. Pharmacon.com. All right, Adam is going for $3,000. Is that right, Adam?
Yeah.
Drew is going for $2,888, and Paige is going for
$5,301.
$301. Hold on. Let me look up what my answer is. And I have to do math. The truck. Hey,
that
truck,
dance
it's
is
not looking good for
called
you.
The truck.
Nope. The correct answer is $3,904 on GoDaddy After Nick. Adam is the closest with $3,000. All right, it's a tie, baby.
Back in it.
Pharmacon, I thought this was a no-brainer for a conference in the pharmaceutical space. It turns out that it's a contract research organization that provides drug discovery and development services.
Paige, don't start dancing yet. It ain't over, baby.
I
Hey,
know.
always be dancing. Always be dancing.
All
All right,
Ellen.
gentlemen.
Okay, Ellen.
You ready for the last one?
You know?
We're going to go with a real word, an adjective to be exact. The word is, and I don't care what your post-sale information is, Drew. The word is humble.com. Humble, as in humble pie, but humble. Think less of yourself than other people. Humble. Write down your answer. What did it sell for 1 year ago? Or within the past 12 months? Humble. Here we go. Everybody loves those dictionary words. But is humble valuable enough? We're going to find out. Adam's writing. Drew's ready. Paige is ready. Let's hold them up, gentlemen. All right. Paige is going with $125,000. Drew is going with $74,000. And Adam is going with $45,000. You guys had quite the spread there.
Thanks.
Is there a question? Is there a question?
No.
Well, Paige, why did you think it was worth 3 times what Adam thought it was that it sold for?
It's a popular word. If it's a Frank Schilling sale or a Domain Holdings or an Igloo sale, it's going to be 6 figures, and it could be. So here we go. Let's dance, baby. Let's dance.
And if it was the option sale, it'd be 7, right? Is that what you were trying to insinuate?
It'd be high 6. High 6.
Mike, is Paige gonna dance? Is that what's gonna happen?
The truck is not dancing today. It's going to Adam Dicker.
Ah!
The correct answer was $50,000. He was only off by $5,000 on that one. It was an upgrade for Humble Bundle.
My original was 54,000, and I changed it to 74.
Oh, you totally would have won.
What do you mean I changed it? Oh, I changed it. Okay, I'm going to change mine to 50. All right.
Look at it. See that? That's
You
a
did.
5. That's
And
a 5.
I had an awesome tiebreaker for today as well. Then we're not going to find out. At humblebundle.com, it is previously Humble Indie Bundles are a series of collections of digital creations that are sold and distributed online at a price determined by the purchaser. So you sort of pay whatever you want. So they've been shortening their domain name over the years, it looks like. Congratulations, Adam.
We have a bit of time if you want to do the other game.
That's a three-peat, buddy.
Thank you. And are we done now, or is that it till Christmas? Do I hold on to it over the holidays?
What do you Canadian hockey people call that?
Hat trick, baby.
You got a hat trick.
A hat trick.
You got a
But
hat trick.
it's only 2.4 American.
I think we've done a hat trick in the past, but I think there's only been one other hat trick.
Come on, 5 out of 6, Mike? Come on. That's pretty good.
Come on. Go. All right, I got a quick question from the audience. Daniel has been he's got a question about value proposition. So as you're approaching customers to sell a domain name and you're writing your value proposition, he wants to know, do you insert the value proposition during negotiation? How do you insert the value proposition without sounding salesy and at the same time making it concise and effective? So
You got to give us an example. What do you mean?
you're reaching out to customers. You're saying you should buy this domain name. What kind of value proposition do you put into your emails? And how do you make it not sound salesy so you don't come across as, hey, you need this domain name?
Well, is there a value proposition, or is you just going to make it up? I mean, is it something that's acquiring traffic and that could turn into leads, or what is it?
So if it gets type in traffic, you're saying that's valuable, because if it's like a keyword domain name and people are typing in expecting to get that product or service, those are new customers for that potential acquirer.
Does the domain already have a basic template on it? Is it indexed already higher than the customer's site? There's quite a few different things you can look at in different angles depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah. Do you ever worry about sounding too salesy, Adam?
No, because that's my end result. I mean, I don't make it long though.
Yeah.
I'm a very short 1-2 sentence guy, and I have a subject line that's going to get their attention right away. One of 10 different subject lines. So you got to get them to open it. So don't worry about what's in the email. Worry about what your subject line is. And then once you can get them in their subject line, then you have to keep their interest. So it's all about the subject line, or they're going to ignore it anyway. It doesn't matter.
Whenever I get an email with the subject line of nude photos, I always open it.
Yeah. No, we won't do that.
Don't do that. Hey, Drew, you do outreach on behalf of your customers a lot to try and sell high value domain names at MediaOptions. Do you ever have to worry about sounding salesy, or when you approach customers, they're pretty much great domain names, so you never have to worry about the value proposition too much?
Well, I mean, it's more often than not. You've got to pitch them on the name. I mean, there's, sometimes it's just a no-brainer, but no, most of the time there is a value proposition that comes into a conversation. But it's generally not in my first email. It's you're just trying to, like Adam said, you just want to get their attention. You just want to engage them in any way possible, and then you can start a conversation and see where it goes. And maybe you're talking about the value proposition, or maybe you're just talking about the price.
And what's a quick way to get their attention? What would you send out in the first email, Drew?
I mean, in my case, what we're talking about, I mean, usually the domain name itself is an attention grabber, so you stick that in the headline and say, for sale, or is available, or something that's if they're a seriously potential candidate and they see, whatever it is, xyz.com is for sale, and it's a domain that would fit their business or their company name, and they're not interested by xyz.com is available, then they're probably not going to buy the domain anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're dealing with domains that are at a different level than most people, and if you have these marginal domains, that somebody may want, but larger companies aren't going after.
You need to get a little more creative to get their attention, to engage people.
Okay, so Mike.
Yeah, Adam.
I have something I'm going to give you. I'm going to post it in here. If you could post it to the users.
Yeah.
It's called the 101 subject lines that work, and it's really good.
Are those subject lines specific to the domain name industry?
No, they're just specific to anything, any sales kind of product or service, and they're really good.
All right, we'll post that up to the show.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I want to get web design clients and I get like a 95 open rate, I just say something like, "Your website is ugly," and I put the website name in it to personalize it, and they open it.
Yeah, and then don't you own like ugly websites or?
Yeah, I've got We Fix Ugly Website and a bunch of other ones, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them. But
you don't have a 95% open rate, no way.
Listen, if I sent you an email saying your website, whatever it is ugly, you'll open it. Believe me. Your website, whatever it is, I forget the name of your website, Rosener.com is ugly. You're going to open it. You're going to want to know what the hell I'm up to. So I think not all my emails. Some of them have a 4% or a 2% open rate or 1%. But the ones that I personalize with your website, DomainSherpa is friggin' ugly. You're going to open it. Believe me.
So I think Adam's point early on is the start of a process for the person that answered this question. Ask yourself, do you have something to say to this person? If you just think it's luck, I just hope I call a guy who's going to go, yeah, I'll buy it for $25,000. Then you're just hoping that this is like the big Wheel of Fortune in Vegas, and you just spin it, and you're just hoping that somehow the email is going to work. But I think Adam's comment is, What is it about your domain name that's compelling, that is a value proposition?
But it has to be in a one line. You're not going to keep a guy for a whole story in a spam email. I mean, because that's what it is. But,
right, but I think if we're skipping beyond the did he open it, now you're talking about, okay, Andrew, then I think it's okay to say something like, is your company the type of company that could pay 5 figures if I had the best domain name in your business? And if you're trying to, not waste 3 phone calls on a guy that wants to buy it for $100, I think it's okay to ask someone early on, are you the type of person that is ready to go for something like this? Like, we do some stuff with local real estate names, and that's what I figured out with some of these local realtors. You got to find out right off the bat if the person you're talking to has a team and has got 5 people and has a marketing director and knows what to do with something that costs $2,000 to $4,000, as opposed to trying to convince someone who's a part-time realtor that just may or may not do anything. Then you're just hoping. So I think it's okay at some point in time early on to get an idea whether the person you're talking to can conceive paying your range for a name.
Yeah.
So what this thing does is, if you look at the link, guys, while we're on, it tells you what the conversion rate is with some tests, and it tells you how to fix it and how to get like a 200 and 300% open rate from a 1 or a 2%. So, I mean, there's some really good lines in here. I mean, I'm looking at it again now, and it tells you have to create self-interest, curiosity, put an offer, urgency or scarcity, appeal to humanity, have some news, have some proof, a story, and then it gives you something to use on the weekend. So, I mean, it's a pretty good list. I think your readers are gonna like it.
Cool.
Thanks, Adam.
All right. This is the point in the show where the Sherpas get to say and promote and talk about anything they want. This is the last DomainSherpa review of the year. What do you guys want to leave the audience with? Adam, let's start with you.
So I'm gonna leave them with 2 quick things. One is, hopefully you guys are coming to NamesCon, and hopefully you're gonna find me in January and just want to spend some time with me. I'll make myself available if you do, and hopefully we can just sit down and chat about anything. The second thing is, I'd like to dedicate this last one to Rick Schwartz, who has decided to retire, and he retired in yesterday's video. And I just want him to know that we all think the world of him, and what he's done for me personally, as well as for the industry, has been incredible. So I hope you're relaxed, Rick, and I hope things get better and you get to do what you want to do because you deserve it.
Yeah, hear, hear. Drew, anything you want to promote, give a shout out to?
No. Nope. I hope everybody has a happy, healthy holiday and, success in 2015. Tear the ass out of it.
And don't drink and drive over the holidays.
Don't drink and drive. Not safe for work.
Don't drink and domain over the holidays.
Yeah, exactly. Do not let your friends domain drunk. Paige, anything you want to talk about, promote, mention?
Yeah, we are promoting folks to get GoDaddy reseller accounts and use through their Wild West program, reseller accounts where you can make money selling, especially the new TLDs, because there's margin in the domain business again. It's not everyone selling .coms where you buy them for $7, you sell them for $8, you make no money. You can make $5 to $10 to $20 on registrations, and if you're in a group of people where they're coming to you as the domain expert and they say, where should I buy my names, you might as well send them to your own site. So the Wild West program has gotten quite a bit better. You can sign up for it through joedomains.com. We've got a link there, and if you sign up through our thing, we'll show you how to make money doing it. We built a site called ladomainnames.com. Using the platform, we were only able to put LA in there, where it searches for LA right off the bat. We're able to customize it for LA. And if the registries aren't going to promote these new TLDs and the registrars are just going to make it a numbers game, I think you don't necessarily have to flip names in 2015, but you can make money selling names to end users without having to invest. So that's our new initiative.
Awesome. And where do they go to check that out?
joedomains.com.
joedomains.com. All right, all 4 of us will be at NamesCon, as Adam just mentioned. If you're watching this show on December 15th, today is the last day to take advantage of a Sherpa 50 when registering for 50% off the registration cost. Then, submit your domain name using the link at the top of this page in that little blue hello bar, and we will review your domain live on stage. If any of the Sherpas like it enough, they're going to make you a cash offer right on the spot. Then you can take that cash, go over to the craps table, and play with me and Steven and Shane. We'll teach you how to play craps. If you receive benefit from, which we never lose at, if you receive benefit from today's show, post a comment and thank today's Sherpas. Thanks to Paul Foldis for submitting his portfolio and making a generous donation to help find a cure for cancer. Thanks to NameJet for submitting their portfolio and for sponsoring the review. And thanks again to our domain Sherpas for sharing their expertise and insights. Happy holidays, Sherpas. Have a sweet new year, and we will see you come January.